The new party chief of Chongqing, Zhang Dejiang, has called on the city to study and learn from the so-called Zhejiang experience, an economic model from the coastal province where he formerly served that emphasizes the role of the private sector in the local economy. The comment is an apparent shift in direction from the centralized government investment-led model of ousted party secretary Bo Xilai. It suggests that Chongqing is once again about to play the role of a testing ground for competing Chinese economic policies. The Chinese government has long struggled with finding the right balance between centralized economic control and the role of private industry in managing the nation's economic growth. Though there's little disagreement amongst policymakers as to the ultimate goal, a strong and stable China, there remain substantial differences regarding the best path to achieve that goal. The famous black cat, white cat quote attributed to Deng Xiaoping, which allowed for greater focus on outcomes than methods, has retained its usefulness amongst Chinese leaders as they experiment with different and at times even competing economic models. The Zhejiang experience stems from coastal China, where the role of private industry was seen as a critical element for China's rapid economic growth. The Chongqing model, at least under Bo, reflected a new left economic model, one where the state played the strongest role and economic growth and activity was driven by large-scale investment projects and state enterprises. In many ways, it also reflected a more inland economic model where the lack of foreign trade opportunities led to strengthened state firms and the squeezing out of small and medium enterprises and private firms. By calling for the Zhejiang experience to be repeated in Chongqing, Zhang is reflecting the guidance of the central government in Beijing, which has been looking for new ways to spur the domestic economy. Massive government investment-led growth, particularly in the aftermath of the global economic slowdown, has served as a stopgap measure to maintain economic and social stability, but officials do not see it as a viable long-term solution. Rather, they're looking for a way to stir domestic consumption and counter the declining role of exports in the overall Chinese economy. Urbanization of inland areas has been one major initiative, but has proven insufficient thus far. By exporting the coastal Zhejiang model of a stronger role for private rather than state-run industry into the interior, Beijing hopes to find new ways to stimulate domestic consumption and decrease China's vulnerability to external economic factors. Chongqing, given its size and location, has served as a useful testing ground for economic and political management initiatives. The reversal of the city's economic direction suggests this pattern is about to be repeated. Although Beijing has made it a point to separate the case of Bo Xilai's corruption from the overall policies of the New Left economics, his removal and the promotion of a new economic model in Chongqing show the pendulum of Chinese economic policy direction may be swinging once again.